Hey everyone, hope you guys are ready for a new lesson. We are starting not just a new lesson, but a whole new unit. How exciting is that? So, we are starting Unit 6, and we are going to focus on, in fact, actually, let's go to our page. We are going to be starting a new unit. Of course, as we do in the beginning, we always start with saying our alphabet. So let's go ahead and do our alphabet, and then we will jump right on into starting our lesson with Unit 6. So just repeat after me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Awesome. I know it can get tiring doing the alphabet all the time, but this really helps you, obviously, with learning the alphabet, but also you remember and start to remember more how your mouth should be when you pronounce or have to pronounce or use each letter in a word. Of course, they make different sounds, which we've gone over before. And I hope you guys are still practicing the different sounds the letters of the alphabet make. But just remember that using and practicing these sounds every day will help you get stronger in your language learning. All right, so let's go right on into Unit 6. Of course, I am going to have to move myself. I'm going to move myself here for now, but I think I'm going to need to move myself again. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, so our lesson focus, our unit focus is going to be time. Yay! Let's talk about time. And we are going to be doing lesson A, which is vocabulary. When we are talking about time, we're going to be talking about the vocabulary for daily activities and for telling time. What is the vocabulary for daily activities and for telling time? So one question I have is, what things in your home tell time? What are some things you have in your home that tell time? What are some things that you have in your home to tell time? I want you to think about that for a second before I give you any answers. We have all kinds of things these days that can tell time. We have many different things. What are some things that you can think of that tell time that you might have in your home? All right. So I'm thinking you have some answers. All right. So let's go on and see what some of those things are. Okay. In our homes, we might have a clock. Right? Might have a clock in your home that tells time. This is a clock. Usually you will see this on the wall. Like in our classroom, we have a clock on the wall in the room. And it would go around and around. We couldn't wait. Sometimes we couldn't wait for break time because maybe we were a little hungry, right? We might also have a watch. A watch. A lot of people still wear watches, you know. My husband, he wears a watch for different reasons, you know, to tell time, but also to keep track of different activities that he's doing, right? So you might have a clock, clock, clock. You might have a watch, watch. Some people tell time using their cell phone. Time is right here. You have the time. Cell phones do a lot. They have some watches that do the same thing that cell phones do, right? They tell time. You have the day and the date here. You have the weather. You have the location. You have nice pictures in the background, right? So phones are used for many reasons, but oftentimes, you know, if you don't have a watch on your hand and you want to know what time it is, if you don't have a clock nearby, you don't have a watch on, a lot of people, I just pull out my cell phone and look at the time, right? So these are some things that we have in our homes that tell time. So let's move on over to page 70. So open up your book to page 70, your student book to page 70, and this is what you should see on page 70. I'm going to try to move myself someplace where I'm not blocking stuff. How about right here? That's a good spot. Okay. So let's talk about who is in the picture. And I'm sorry I keep moving myself around, but you know, we are working with new technology, right? And so we have to just go with the flow. Go with the flow. You know what that means? To go with the flow means you just keep moving along as best as you can with whatever you're able to at that time. You're going with the flow. It means kind of like if you think about a river of water that's flowing, and let's say a leaf falls from a tree, it goes with the flow of the water. You know, the water carries it along. So we're just going with the flow right now because we're using new technology, and sometimes we have to move things around to make it easy to see what's happening. All right, so before we listen, let's look at this picture, all right? Let's look at this picture and let's talk about some of the things that we see. First of all, who is in the picture? Who do we see in the picture? Well, we have Arun, this guy right here. We also have Ricardo. We have Judy. Poor Judy, she looks like she's tired. She's taking a nap. We have Bob. Bob is working hard here. We've got Margie. And we've got Agnes. Okay. So where are they? Where are these people? Where are they? Well, let's take a look at the room a little bit. All right. First, we see up here it says work schedule. So this is a big help to figure out where they are. We see work schedule. Well, you only will see a work schedule where? At work, right? So these people are at work, but it doesn't look like they're doing a lot of working right now. You know, we've got somebody taking a nap right here. These two guys are talking. You've got a vending machine here. She's eating, she's drinking some coffee or something and reading a book. And this guy, he's busy figuring out the work schedule. So they're in a different kind of room. You've got a bulletin board here, you got a clock, you got a bulletin board. Ah, look, here's something else that tells time. This looks like a time stamp. When you go to work, you didn't see me do that just now, but when you go to work, you can stamp your time card. Here's some time cards down here. You stamp your time card on the time stamp. Then you have this is a bulletin board. So you see a lot of different things. So where are they? They're at work. What room are they in? I would say, what would you say, first of all? What room do you think they're in? Personally, and because it's the correct answer, they're in the break room. They're in the break room, right? This is where the employees come for a break. They also come to find out their work schedule, right? They come here to get snacks during break time. They come here to take a little nap, you know, or to have lunch or dinner or just a cup of coffee, to read, to relax during break time, right? Now, what are some things that we see? What do we see? Like I said, this is a bulletin board right here. Of course, we see a clock. We talked about that. That tells time. This is a whiteboard. This whiteboard has the work schedule on it. On the bulletin board, you have different instructions for different things that you can do, things you shouldn't do, things that you should do at work. This is a night checklist. They don't want you to smoke here, no smoking. And what do you do if someone is choking? Like, this gives instructions. So we see a lot of different things here, right? And what are they doing? What are they doing? Let's look at exercise B, right? And let's talk about what they're doing. Well, let's see. Judy, what's Judy doing? Judy is taking a nap, or we can say Judy is sleeping, right? Eating. Who is eating? Somebody is eating. That would be Agnes. Agnes is eating. Who's talking? Who's talking? Well, it looks like Ricardo is talking to Arun. So Ricardo is talking to Arun. Who's taking a nap? That would be Judy. Who's drinking coffee? Well, looks like Margie. Margie is drinking coffee. Arun has his coffee in his hand, so he will be drinking coffee, but he's not drinking it at the moment. Who's reading a schedule? Reading a schedule is Bob. He's looking at the work schedule. He's reading it. And who's buying a snack? Arun. This is a vending machine. You can't really see the whole machine in this picture, but if you have your book, your student book, you should be able to see this picture. So Arun just bought a snack, right? So I want you guys to repeat after me. Eating, talking, taking a nap, drinking coffee, reading a schedule, buying a snack. All right, great. So let's think about our class schedule, right? Our class schedule, normally, when we're in class, when we had our regular class schedule and we were in our classroom, whether it's at KCPC or at the school, Our class time, our class schedule is from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's when our class is. 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Class would start at 9:30. Class would start at 9:30. And depending on the class, you know your class. Sometimes in one of my classes, we would take one break at 11 o'clock. We would take one break at 11 o'clock. And then, of course, class would end at 12:30. In my other class, we would take two breaks, one at 10:30 and one at 11:30. So it just depends on the class. The point is that it helps to know how to read a schedule so that whether you're taking a class or going to work, or just any schedule that you have to follow. Sometimes you make a schedule for yourself, what time your kids' school starts, what time does school start, what time do you have to pick them up from school. You might make a schedule that says, okay, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm going to exercise for 1 hour. Then you follow your schedule. Then I take a shower. Then I get ready for work. When you're at work, you might have your schedule. I have a meeting. You might have a meeting that starts at 9, and ends at 10. And if you have a lot of different meetings, you'll have to have them on a schedule. Maybe you have to accomplish a certain task in a certain amount of time at work, depending on what work you do. In our class, we might say, okay, for lesson A, or the first lesson, we're going to focus on these first things from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. And then from 10 o'clock to 10:45, we are going to do some things, or 10 to 11. Then at 11, we take a break. So it's important to know how to tell time and how to follow a schedule, right? If you have to go to a doctor's appointment, okay, my schedule, I'll be at work from 9:30 to 12:30, or I'll be at class from 9:30 to 12:30. And then so I can schedule my doctor's appointment for 1 o'clock. Remember, when you're writing out a schedule, make sure you put travel time. Don't forget to put travel time in your schedule. Okay? All right, so in the next lesson, we are going to look at page 71, and we're going to do exercises 2A and 2B. So I want you to go ahead and take care of that now. And then after you take care of exercises 2A and 2B on page 71, then we will go over them in the next lesson. We will talk about it and then go over it in the next lesson. Okay? All right, so I will see you guys for the next lesson.